Hi everyone and welcome. Welcome to this practice that has come from many requests from you all that are telling me perhaps you're really tired out, really exhausted from perhaps parenting, maybe a carer, or just working so hard at the moment and you just really need a chance to rest. That might still mean that you're short on time, you can't necessarily go to a class, maybe you don't even want to follow a video online. So this is for you if you also would like to just close your eyes, put your headphones in and just listen to this guided practice. By all means, feel free to enjoy the video with the screen on. But yeah, I invite you to maybe close your eyes, maybe grab yourself a eye pillow to help you relax. I'd also recommend really setting the scene for your space. So whether you're on a yoga mat or on your bed, maybe light a candle, dim the lights. I've got this lovely spritz that I like to spray all over the bed, so it gives it a lovely scent. So I've got this lovely scent here and I like to just spritz all around the bed, make it smell really nice and fresh. And lavender is a great scent to help you feel relaxed as well. So I invite you to join me. Perhaps make sure you've got blankets to hand, a couple for your legs and some pillows. And let's dive into rest. So coming onto your bed or your mat, make sure you've got some pillows beneath you for your head and maybe some cushions or blankets for under your knees at some point. So we're going to come to lie down. It might be that you choose to stretch your legs out, that's totally fine. Or you might prefer to have your feet flat as well, knees bent. But your choice, and just make sure that you're taking a place of comfort that works for you. So we'll start by letting the eyes close. Maybe wiggle the hips a little bit into the ground or your mat or your bed. And wiggle your shoulders a little bit. And just take a moment to really feel your body on that surface beneath you. And notice where you can just really drop that weight into your bed or your mat. And it might take some time for you to kind of really settle in. Maybe you fidget and that's fine. Just try not to kind of really judge yourself with what's going on. If there's movements, that's fine. But just allow yourself to scan and notice, be an observer to what that is. So then just taking a few moments to settle into your breath. Let's start with a deep inhale, really filling up into the belly. And an exhale. Let's take another inhale in through the nose. And open the mouth wide as you exhale. Again, a breath in through the nose. And then as you exhale, imagine you're blowing out a candle. Purse your lips to exhale. Now continue that through a few more breaths. Notice how it feels. Notice the air. Notice perhaps the temperature of that air. And now begin to see if you can breathe in and out of the nose. Every inhale, every exhale. Without force, without gripping, but beginning to really just notice how the breath feels. Feel the movement perhaps of the back of the rib cage, perhaps the back of the shoulders rooting down a little bit further into your mat, your blanket. Feel that back of the body really anchor down into the ground. And also bringing your awareness into the front of your body, where the belly is, the heart space as well, and just feel as though also that front body connects down to the back body. The heart space, the back of the heart, allowing it to drop down to the surface beneath you, to feel anchored. And really connect to how your body parts touch the surface beneath you. Now we'll just slowly start to come into a gentle movement now. This way of moving is known as somatic movement. With the word somatic, we kind of translate that as felt sense. So moving in a way where you can really embody a sensory experience. So there's no attachment to achieving a goal. It really is about just diving into this sensory experience and let go of the rushing. So now if your legs are stretched out, just carefully slide your heels to come to the ground, your knees bent. Maybe your arms stretch out nice and wide, or maybe even overhead. Feel the feet on the surface and just widen the feet as much as you can comfortably. Let your knees drop together. Bring your attention into the feet, the soles of the feet, the spread of the toes. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, I want you to slowly let your weight come off your left hip. Shift over to your right hip slightly. As the weight now of the feet changes, you start to gradually shift your weight to the outer edge of your right foot, onto the inner arch of your left foot. And you feel your knees start to gently float to the right side. And then feel the weight move from the toes, keeping the knees really wide here. You could go even wider perhaps and feel a gentle effect down that left side of the body. Now don't force, don't go too far. This is not about trying to really stretch, to not strive, to not push, but to just allow your body to find comfort and ease. And maybe you've got that cushion underneath that right knee to support you. Take a deep breath in and a breath out. Bring your attention into the feet. Start to feel the weight shift off the right hip now back to the left hip. As you start to feel the weight of the foot on the inner arch of your left foot, you feel that left big toe ground down, the second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and baby toe on that left foot as your knees start to float back to center. And then both feet find the surface beneath you. Back to the center, knees to relax, and just again pause, take a deep breath and a breath out. Allow the weight to shift now to your left hip. Your right hip starts to lift. The movement on the feet changes as you start to feel the weight come off that left toe, fourth toe, third toe, second toe, and the big toe off the ground now. And your weight is now further down into that inner arch of your right foot. Maybe there's support underneath your left knee. But trying not to turn from the torso too much, but allow that movement to come from your knees. Allow the feet to fall wide, taking a deep breath in and a slow breath out. Again, let go of that striving to rush. And then your attention back into your feet as you shift that weight off the left hip towards the right hip. The knees start to glide and really slow this down, slower than you'd normally move as you feel the weight shift. That little left toe finds the mat. Fourth toe, third toe, second toe, and the big toe on that left foot. And now all 10 toes find that surface again, knees to center, and relax. Take a deep breath in and out. Feel the cushions beside you, or the blankets that you have nearby, and just place your feet back to a nice wide parallel position, knees bent. And just allow your arms to just kind of cup around the sides of those blankets or cushions. And you're just going to gently start to roll up through your hips. And gently see if you can lift the hips to a place where you can now slide your blankets or your cushions underneath your back. So if those blankets are too high, maybe they don't feel supportive for you. So just see how it feels with your support, and you just then let your hips rest down onto the surface there. You might then want to place your palms onto your tummy or keep your hands outstretched nice and wide. So you're just taking this gentle supported bridge, very slight lift, and allowing the sacrum, the base of the spine, to really hold that support beneath it. We'll stay for a few moments, again, just allowing yourself to concentrate on the way that you breathe. Moment by moment sensations, notice what arises. Perhaps you can relax the face a little bit more. Feel the upper jaw and the lower jaw part. The softening of the jaw, feeling the tongue rest lightly in the mouth. Relax the eyes. Perhaps the eyes feel heavy now, sinking almost into the face. Relax across the brow, forehead. Let the head feel heavy into the ground. Back of the shoulders, relax down. Breathe. You may stay put, or you might like to just slowly glide your right leg down onto the floor beneath you or your bed. So stretching out that right leg if you wish to do so. Maybe that already feels enough. And then if you wish to, you could gently draw your left knee in towards your chest. Maybe you hug it with your fingertips. Try and keep the elbows relaxed. To be effortless. No end goal, no striving. Let go of that striving. Allow everything to just become familiar with this resting state now. Your nervous system. Good. If you have your knee to your chest, just again, carefully release the foot down. Let that left leg glide down. And draw the right knee in. Again, make this super, super slow. feel that foot gently drag its way along your surface of your blanket or your mat as you then draw that right knee to your chest. Breathe. And breathe out again, letting those shoulders release down, elbows soft. Breathe in. Breathe out. And let's carefully release that right foot down. Again, really slow. Notice the texture beneath your foot. Notice how you're breathing. And then carefully returning your feet back to a wide hip distance, roughly. Carefully let your hips roll up off your blanket or your cushions. And then roll your cushions out beside you as you then sit your hips down, settle them into the surface of the mat or the blankets and just, or your bed rather, and just relax. Now, whilst you're lying down, if you can reach, you can touch both the blankets that are beside you now. You're going to lift the one from your left-hand side and gently place it over to your right side. From there, we're going to carefully turn our body onto our right side. Stretch the right leg nice and long, but then bend the left knee. And you're going to hug that left knee on top of that cushion there. Now with your upper body, you could either use a pillow that's there already on your bed, or you could use your extra cushion. You're going to reach your right arm towards your headrest or the back of your mat and tuck the pillow or the extra cushion just on top of your right shoulder and underneath your head there. So you're lying on your right side and you've now got your left knee supported and propped up, your head supported, and now you have your left arm, which you could rest that onto your extra blanket, or you might like to extend that left arm up and over your head, as long as you've got extra support with some blankets overhead that you can rest your hand on. So that arm isn't kind of just hanging out in space. You've got some support for it. It doesn't have to hold itself in space with lots of effort. Support your joints, support everything to really allow yourself to rest. So find the correct place for you that works for you. Close the eyes and settle in for a few moments here. A deep breath in and a breath out. The breath in and a breath out. And as you're lying on your side, just notice how that feels into the sides of your waist, your ribs as you breathe. Where you may feel any restriction, can you spread that breath more into the back of the body now? And exhale. And to carefully make your way to the other side, you'll start to just gently take your left arm, wherever it was, and come to gently turn your torso, your chest, back to the center now of your mat. So just really slowly arrive back to where we were, just lying on your back, feet onto the ground. Now using your hands to just move your cushions, your blankets to your left side now. So you've got that support ready to your left side. Stretch out your left arm and then just carefully roll your body weight all the way over to your left side now. You'll outstretch that lower leg, so the left leg, stretch it long. But then gently bend your right knee and hug it over the cushion you've placed there. Again, with that left arm, maybe it reaches up towards your headboard or it stretches out. Your spare pillow, maybe you've now placed that on top of that left shoulder to support your head. And then we have that right arm, wherever you want to take it. Maybe it's overhead and it's again just propped on a blanket overhead, and you're getting length into that side of your right waist. Or you might want to just rest it onto that cushion in front of you. Just find where works for you best, where you feel most comfortable and at ease. Good. Let the eyes close and settle in for a few moments here. Feel the in-breath grow deep and the out-breath go slow. Feel the in-breath maybe expand into the back of your body more. And find a softening and ease with that out-breath. Again, where can you soften the face? And relax. Then to slowly come out, just again taking that top arm, the right arm, away from where it was, placing it maybe to your right hip. Outstretch your right leg and roll yourself back onto your back carefully. Let your arms stretch out beside you. Let your knees drop together and just take a moment to pause. Notice how you feel. As you've returned to lying on your back, gentle breath out. Where you left that left pillow or blanket, the side on your left, just start to move that back over to your right. So you've got a pillow or blanket on both sides. Let's just take the legs out as wide as you can. Let your arms stretched out up overhead to this almost like a big star shape. Take a super big, deep breath in. Open the mouth wide as you exhale. Allow yourself to melt into your bed or your mat. Drape your arms back beside you or maybe onto your belly. As we come to our final resting pose, this might be where you again wish to bend your knees. Maybe you keep your legs stretched out wherever you're at, just coming to now take a few final moments to rest. Maybe this allows you to drift off to sleep or a reset for you to now continue throughout the rest of your day. But whatever you're doing, wherever you're at, please don't rush this final part. Send those signals to your brain that you are resting. There's nothing else you need to do, nowhere you need to be. Just notice moment by moment sensations of allowing your body to be totally at ease, your mind present. Your nervous system finding that rest or digest. Rest and digest, rather. If you can stay longer or sleep I invite you to. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you find great benefit from this practice, practicing it wherever you can, whenever you can. And namaste.